Okay. Finally, out of the tutorial area, onto our first mission.
Rejecting the easy path, humanity has chosen to build a society based on human technology rather than relying on the fal'Cie. A provisional government has replaced the Sanctum, and a scientific organization calling itself the Academy searches ruins for ancient technological secrets. One such site is on the shores of Lake Brescia, where a giant war weapon has been unearthed.
Exciting.
When reaching for the future, we sometimes fall into the past. As we gaze upon events that cannot be changed, our hearts grow bitter with regret. And you, my dear Sarah, will you encounter your past here? How will you choose to deal with that pain?
This is Cocoon.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, check it out. You can see the ground above us.
Wow. So this is how Cocoon looks from the inside.
That's right, I forgot. This is your first time here.
Yep.
Kupo! What is that?
Look out! Get up!
An arm?
Yeah, and not looking to shake hands, I'm guessing.
Ah! No!
That basically just explained that wound damage lowers your max HP, which has been something of a perplexing anomaly. Sometimes I get into fights and I can't refill that health, whether it's magic healing or potions. But in the description there, they say that potions are what you use to heal wounded status. So maybe it's a different kind of potion. I think that's the reason why I died to that Flan boss. I had to replay this game 3 times to get the footage I needed, and all 3 times I did things in different orders. So when I'm trying to kind of splice together the footage, it can get really confusing. It was fun though. Definitely a lot a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. But all that business, so far at least, is only pre-academia. Eventually I get to academia, to Super City, and once I get there, it's pretty much, for now at least, it's all the same game. I just originally started streaming this game, and there was, you know, all the commentary from my stream, reacting to chat and stuff. And I thought it would be a little bit better to just redo it, add the voiceover afterwards, just so it's all about the game, relevant things. But like I said, it actually turned out better because the third time I had to play the game, I gave up on leveling entirely, and it made a lot of the boss fights a lot more epic.
Hostile located. Engage at will. Paradox effect confirmed. Targeting Atlas. Fire!
That was exciting.
Guess it's over. Huh? It's the army!
Whoa. Friends of yours?
Attention intruders. Surrender immediately.
Messenger to headquarters. Move! These are the infiltrators? They look like Sibs who took a wrong turn. They were right there when the giant started moving. Huh. Think they might have caused it? We'll soon find out. And dig up any intel they've got. You're being detained as potential suspects in the unsanctioned activation of Atlas. Come with me. And no funny business.
We're being treated like criminals. But it's just a misunderstanding. Stick to the truth and we'll be okay. And smile. Smiling usually...
The truth being your
You're going
time
straight to
travelers.
Academy HQ.
One question. What's the Academy?
Huh? The Academy's the institute that's investigating these ruins. Who doesn't know that?
What's up?
That huge hand. Any idea what it was?
I heard them call it Atlas, I think. As far as I can tell, it seems to be the cause of all the trouble here.
You two came up on the Grand Elevator?
Huh? The Grand what? Sarah, what's he talking about?
He could be talking about the elevator that's supposed to connect Cocoon and Pulse, but it's still being built. It's going to be finished next year.
You're confused, miss. It was done last year.
last year.
So they deduced that
Did we
because it
move
was supposed to be
forward
done
in
in a
time?
year, and in this time it was done
I'd say
a year
2
ago,
years have passed,
means it's
I'd
been
guess,
2 years.
since
But
what was scheduled for
there's
next
like a
year
L
has already
train
been built last
near
year.
where I live that they said was going to be done in 2024, and
Watch
it's
yourself.
still not up and running yet.
Thanks. Oh, Sarah! It is you!
You know them?
So like when it's done, there'll be some time travelers who are like, "Oh, it's done last year. It must be
Alyssa
2025."
Seidel. I'm an academy intern.
And it's really gonna be like
apprehended our two
2032.
observers, so here I am.
Observers.
Yes, they're invited guests of the academy. I was showing them around and forgot to give them their communicators.
Back up a second. These guys, these observers, are VIPs? I hope we can forget about this little mix-up.
Strange world, stranger events, unfamiliar faces, an uncertain future. They speak of anomalies, of a strange energy that warps time itself. Things that shouldn't exist here are appearing near the gates. Things that shouldn't happen are happening. They call this phenomenon the paradox effect. And if you think about it, that term could apply to our existence in this age as well. Lightning, how will I find you when I don't even know when or where I'll end up next? Rain.
Oh. I'll supply you both with comm devices. Right this way, please.
Thank you for your help. I was just wondering, have we met before?
Oh, no. Sorry about all that observer nonsense back there. Lucky for us, that soldier was so quick to believe me.
Are you sure it's okay to lie like that?
Oh, don't stress about it. That guy is a pushover. Anyway, it is true that you two are important guests. Right this way, please. I really need to get those documents in order. One squeeze of that giant hand.
Oh yeah, the follow NPC parts where they just take forever to start moving for some reason.
You'll need an ID to travel any further into the ruins. Here, take this communicator and keep it with you at all times.
So I'm curious.
Yeah?
Just why are you helping us anyway?
I saw you two. I saw how you got here through that thing.
What, you mean through the gate?
Yes, it is a kind of gate. It links to another world, doesn't it? Ooh, nice to finally have some clue what these things are for.
So basically, helping us out was almost like part of your research. But you still have questions.
I do have questions, yes. About the gate and about the paradox.
Yeah. But with Atlas throwing his weight around, the ruins will be closed off and there goes the chance to get your answers.
No, Popopo.
No problem. We'll take care of that giant for you.
You will? Great!
Oh, you finally choose party leader. It makes sense to make Noel the party leader just because he's the calm. And you need to, or you don't need to, but it helps if you can time commando attacks sometimes. If you want to like knock up an enemy or wait till somebody else launches them and then attack after. It's just stuff like that. My whole strategy with leveling up classes was whatever their main class is, you kind of make that a priority, and then whatever the secondary class, you make at least like 65-70% of the main class, and the two classes obviously being Commando and Ravager, because those are the bread and butter for the whole stagger bar situation. Yeah, I noticed a invisible item that you need to use Mog's ability to find, but sadly I haven't learned it yet, so I have to just leave that behind.
Shut this place down. We need to search the ruins. There might be other gates we can use.
Like the gate to Valhalla.
But in the end, all the treasure I get is for your benefit, because
Exactly. And how
I have a
take your
prime
lightning
save
without those
game
handy-dandy portals.
that's like
We'll do it.
an hour and or 3 hours after Academia starts. But you'll see, once I refight the Flan and I fight that dragon in the Highlands or whatever, it is rough. Like, I really just barely scraped by. Because like I said, it was the third time I was replaying the game for the video. I couldn't stop and level up. I didn't have it in me anymore. I already grinded a ton on the first game, and then on the second one, I had to grind enough that I could catch up to get to Academia, which meant beating Caius, which meant beating a dragon, a Flan boss, behemoths. So I had to do a fair amount of grinding even in the old save game.
What? The monster
So by the
turned
third
into
one, I was just
crystal.
like, I'm just gonna put on easy. Even on easy, it doesn't really change the game that much, especially if you don't gain EXP at all.
What do you know? It talks.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Guide the Untamed?
Your power over monsters, Kupo.
Over monsters?
Now that you mention it, Lightning had monsters fighting with her in battle.
You can do the same, Kupo.
Okay. This power. Can you show me how it works?
Monsters.
I want to learn how to protect myself. Might as well start now.
Monsters are a really cool addition to this game. Rather than having like a bunch of characters, they have to introduce them all and give them all names and backstories and motivations. It's like, nah, we'll just have a bunch of random monsters. You can just pick all different classes. Essentially, it's a single character that can switch between 3 separate paradigms. Which is pretty good. It's pretty decent. And I hear later you can actually fill that slot with Snow. Although Snow is a Sentinel, I believe. Either a Sentinel or a Commando. And if he's a Sentinel, he's really not that much use in the game. I'm 100% sure that there's going to be bosses in the battle arena that I'm going to need Sentinel for to survive certain attacks. But I just substitute Sentinel with Medic, because there's not a lot of slots for paradigms. So rather than have like Sentinel, 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 I'll just have Medic, 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 and then you take a big hit and you heal up as quick as you can. Sometimes people die and you gotta use raise,
Gate, huh?
but
Figures.
And we need an artifact to open it,
so far I
right?
haven't found
Right. Key
any
is something that doesn't
AoE
belong
attacks that
this
wipe the
time.
group. The closest thing is behemoths can do heave, and when you're kind of lower level, when you're level appropriate for the zone, heave will one shot.
Welcome, get your traveling products here at Chocolina's Emporium. The beauty's all mine, but the products can be yours, but only if you show me the money. This might be a once-in-a-lifetime shock-amazing opportunity, so don't miss out.
I've never seen anyone like you before. Who are you? And what do you have for sale?
I thought you'd never ask.
But there's like certain mandatory paradigm groupings. Like you need to have Ravager, Ravager, Ravager. You need to have Commando, Commando, Commando. Those are absolute necessities. And then, I mean, I personally like to have Commando, Ravager, Ravager, because not just because it's an effective whatever, but because when you use up an entire ATB bar, every second time that you switch paradigms, it refills your ATB bar instantly. So it's good to have it, even if you have like a favorite three paradigms, or I forget if paradigms are the classes or if it's the builds of, party paradigm, whatever. But even if, Commando, Commando, Commando is the best thing to use against a staggered enemy, you don't want to wait for your ATB bar to fill up every time. So you can quickly switch to like Commando, Commando Medic or Commando, Commando Ravager, and it'll refill your ATB bar. You'll still get at least 2 commando attacks instantly, and then the third is just sort of a utility. Ravager will increase the percentage of damage you do on staggered enemies, and Medic, you can just top people off in those moments where you're switching. So it's kind of a unique system where like the strategy isn't necessarily entirely in what you're using at the moment, like what abilities, but more who's using them and what classes they are.
Bingo. I heard legends that people from centuries past were responsible.
I do a lot of auto combat in this game.
It's still years ahead of this present.
But it is also because the AI
from your future.
So Atlas definitely
it's smart
doesn't
enough
belong
to
in
like
this time.
pick correct
If we can
things.
stop him, then maybe we'll find the artifact we need.
Maybe. It's worth a shot at least.
Like if you're fighting an enemy that's resistant to physical damage, your commandos will all use Ruin. And if they're resistant to magic damage, all your Ravagers will use like Spark Strike instead of Lightning, or whatever the spell's called. What is it called? Thundara? Thunder. Which always seemed weird to me. Because thunder is just like the noise. Lightning is like the flash, right? It's the actual electricity. Same thing with like early Final Fantasy games. Heal would heal status effects, and Cure would heal HP. And I always thought that was kind of different, because like if you have a wound, you heal the wound, and if you have a disease, you cure the disease. You don't cure a severed arm or like a scraped knee. You heal it. Anyway, there's a lot of weird things. Like, back to lightning, people say electrocute, oh, I electrocuted myself earlier by like touching something and you got a little shock. But by definition, electrocute means that you died from it. It's like execute. The cute part at the end means it was death. You'd never say I got executed today, because some guys at school cornered me and executed me. Something to think about.
cemetery somewhere in the ruins. Please tell me if you think you found it. It scares me, but I have to know.
Also, I like the fighting in this game a lot. In FF13, I find a lot of times it was encumbersome. Where, like, you're trying to get through an area, and a lot of the enemies are just, like... They're not too tough, but it just takes time. You gotta stagger them, work their bar down or up, and then finish them off. And even the finishing them off part is, like, kind of slow. Especially the robot enemies. There were so many, like, caves with giant robots in them that just took forever. And you'd, like, fight one, and then run down a hallway, discover you're going the wrong way, come back, you gotta fight them again. But, the advantage you had in that game was you could actually avoid encounters. Whereas this one, it's all random. They just spawn. You can still avoid them, but one weird thing about this game is there's no running away.
They can't seal off the ruins. Not yet.
As far as I know.
I hope someone... You think you can handle a creature like that? The parent watch your...
I haven't found any method of, like, running away. Once you're, like, in combat, you're in combat.
Sorry, I can't deal with you right now. One of my men lost...
One thing you can do is you...
Reaction-enhancing substance.
Yeah.
The substance was stolen. You'll help us...
Yeah, one thing you can do is
Just like ordinary
you can
men.
just push start and go to retry. And when you click retry, it puts you outside the fight. So sometimes if I don't get that attack off and get great, depending on the enemy, I might even just retry, just because it's such a hassle to fight them without any stagger advantage. Like the first time you fight a behemoth, those guys are dangerous, super dangerous. So if you don't manage to get that great first attack, you just put yourself back out of combat and then try to hit him again. It's possible to run away from behemoths, but it is really dangerous because you have to stay in the spotlight or else your Mog timer fills up quickly. And if your Mog timer fills up, then you no longer can retry. So now if you die, you have to, like, reload your game. I don't even remember if retry was in the original. It probably was. But like this guy takes so long to fill up his stagger bar, and that headspin move knocks everybody up and resets all the ATB bars. Oh my god, it takes so long to fight this guy. Meanwhile, he does a lot of damage too, so you gotta keep up with healing. And your little guy there is the only healer you have until you actually learn the role. Yeah, those droplets, they're like monster items.
Well, that's because we are brothers.
You feed them to monsters to level them up and gain new abilities and stuff. But
It's another gate.
they all have an
Are these
attribute.
all linked to different time periods?
There's like strength,
Timelines must be
and
pretty tight. Alyssa,
magic
when did these
damage,
portals first
health, etc.
No one can say for sure. It's like they'd always been there, and one day.
And then there's ones called
So
potent,
they took everyone by surprise.
potent ones, and they
Either that or
give you
someone's
all
been hiding.
stats.
What are these
I don't
gates
know why
anyway?
anybody uses any of the single stat ones. Even if you gain a little bit more health for the health ones, you don't get magic damage or
They
strength.
look like some sort of device. The design
Maybe
seems
like
too deliberate to be
Saboteur or
natural.
Synergist,
That's one of
you'd
our
want to just
theories.
max out HP.
Like, maybe there's a foul sea we don't know about, who built these gates as a way to invade Cocoon.
Boom, boom, bang, boom. Oh, I think this is the end. Oh yeah, okay. This is the end of the third video. So come check me out at twitch.tv/TunaBaySensei. Or don't. It's cool. My stream sucks. So, yeah, okay. Goodbye.